Hello students and fellow programmers. We'll start today's lesson by creating a simple Java program that utilizes a for loop. As you can see, the code on line 2 creates our class, and the code on line 4 is our main statement. We have a comment on line 5 that indicates where we should start writing our code. If I place my cursor at the end of the command line right after in this section and press the enter key, Eclipse will automatically set the cursor on the next line, and Eclipse automatically sets the line spacing for me. Now type the word for and the open parenthesis, and if you notice, Eclipse automatically did the closing parenthesis for us. We'll first create our variable inside of our for loop. I'm going to create an int, and we're going to name it count up. The starting value to 1. Okay, in the center section of this for loop, we will key in our variable count up, and then we will set the upper range. And then we'll close the center section with a semicolon. And next we will do the post incrementation on our count up. So it will add 1 to it, 1 to the whatever value is in count up every time it runs through this for loop. By adding the plus plus immediately after our variable name, then that will increment or increase our value for us. I'm going to press the right arrow and move outside of the parenthesis, and I'm going to press the enter key, which will move us to the next line. The opening brace and press enter. You notice Eclipse automatically puts the closing brace in for me. Now we will add the code that will print out our variable name. We start out with the system dot out dot print line, the open parenthesis, and then our variable name inside of that. I want to actually print the value that's stored in the memory location count up, so that's why I did not use the quotations around count up. If we would have put the quotations around count up, then it would have printed the literal or the and the print line advances it to the next line down after it prints it. If we would have just used print instead of print line, then it would print our output on one line with no spaces. And now we're going to run our code or test our code and see how we did. Okay, looks like it compiled and ran with no errors. And let's look at our output. As you can see, we started setting our variable at 1, and it increased 1 each time it ran through the for loop until it reached 25. After it reached 25, it did print it that last time because we told it to run the for loop if it was less than or equal to 25. So at the point it tested and it ran 25, it went through and printed it one last time. After it printed, incrementation took place, or 1 was added to our value of count up. So the next time it ran through the loop, it printed 25, and then it ran through the loop again, and the value is now 26. So it was out of our range. So this ended our for loop, and it skips over the print statement, and that terminates our program. I hope this helps you understand how the for loop works.